Hello, welcome back to the brand new session of EC Council Certified Ethical Hacking Program. In this session, we are going to perform net bias enumeration, maybe NFS enumeration, DNS enumeration, SMTP enumeration, RPC, SMB, FTP enumerations, and SNMP enumeration, LDAP enumeration, and so on. Before we proceed, I just want to tell you that I have upgraded my VMware. That you can see that we were having a Red Hat system, Kali Linux system, Windows 11. But meanwhile, I have also installed Windows 7 and Windows Server 2022. You can also install or you can also download Windows 7 or Windows Server from the official websites, and then you can install it in your VMware. So we will require the Windows Server or maybe Windows 7 something. So yep, that's why I have just downloaded and install it in my VMware Pro. Well, net bias enumeration is a process of obtaining sensitive information about the target, such as a list of computers belonging to the target domain, network shares, policies, etc. So consider a lab scenario. As a professional ethical hacker or pen tester, your first step in the enumeration of a Windows system is to exploit the net bias API. So net bias enumeration allows you to collect information about the target, such as a list of computers that belongs to target domain, shares on individual host in the target network, policies, passwords, and so on. So this data can be used to probe the machine further for detailed information about the network and host resources. So going back to my VMware workstation, where you will see I have activated my two systems, Windows 7 and Windows 11. So Windows 11, where you can see the IP address of Windows 11 is 192.168.182.131, while my Windows 7 system is 192.168.182.133. So Windows 7 will be our victim system and Windows 11 will be our attacker system. So we will use NBT state actually, NBT state, right? This is a nice tool, right? This will help in troubleshooting net bias name resolution problems. The NBT state command removes and corrects preloaded entries using several case sensitive switches. NBT state can be used to enumerate information such as net bias over TCP/IP protocol statistics, net bias names tables for both the local and remote computers, and the net bias name caches as well. So net use connects a computer to or disconnects it from a shared resources. Then it also displays information about the computer connection. So here I will use NBT state and net use Windows command line utilities to perform net bias enumeration on the target network. I will also tell you about the Windows tool if you want to use Windows tool. So yep, you can use Windows net bias enumerator. So that is a nice tool. I can tell you about that part. So you can go through net bias enumerator. This is a nice tool, right? And you can download it from official website or maybe the SourceForge. So yeah, you will get the demonstration on this particular web page and you can download it, right? So this is nice tool for proceeding or maybe performing the net bias enumeration using net bias enumerator. This is a nice tool you can use. But the best part, if you can use Windows command line utility, that will be recommended. Let's run a command nbd states space -a and the target IP of your victim. So this is my victim IP address. As you can see that on my another Windows machine 133, and this is 133. Here -a displays the net bias name table of a remote computer. So here I'm just typing this command and I will hit enter. Once it's done, you will get some details, right? So maybe sometime you will find out the host, but in some time you will not find out the host as well. So you can see that victim PC is the name of the system. Work group is there. MAC address, you are getting that particular stuff. Then Bluetooth network connection, you can see that node IP address 0000, because maybe there will not be a Bluetooth network connection, so that's why we are getting this kind of results. Now you can run one more command, nbt state space hyphen c, right? In this command hyphen c lists the content of the NetBIOS name cache of the remote computer. So the result appear displaying the content of the NetBIOS name cache, the table NetBIOS names and their resolved IP addresses. And it is possible to extract this information without creating a null session. So yep, you can do that part as well. The next command, net use, right? You can hit enter. So the output display, as of now there is no entry in the list, but if you are getting the output, then that particular output will display information about the target, such as connection status, share folder drive, and the network information, right? As of now we don't have, because both the systems are new and fresh installed, so that's why there is no any connection or shared folder or something like that. So using that particular information, the attacker can read or write to remote computer system depending on the availability of shares, or even launch a DOS attack as well. So this concludes the demonstration of performing NetBIOS enumeration using Windows command line utilities such as nbt state and net use. I will clear the terminal and I will just close the Windows 7 system, as I just want to start my Kali Linux machine because I will use Nmap. Why Nmap? Because now we will perform NetBIOS enumeration using an NSE script. What is NSE script? I will tell you. So first of all, we need to understand that NSE allows user to write and you can say share simple script to automate a wide variety of networking tasks. And NSE scripts can be used for discovering the NetBIOS shares on the networking using the NBT state NSE script. For example, you can retrieve the target NetBIOS names and MAC addresses. Moreover, increasingly verbosity allows you to extract all the names related to the particular system. So here I will run the NBT state script to enumerate the information such as the name of the computer and the login user or something like that. So we need to start our Kali Linux system, and in that particular Kali Linux system we will open up terminal and we will use nmap. So here I will run a command nmap space hyphen small s cap v space hyphen small v double hyphen script. So this is the NSE script. So double hyphen script nbt state dot nse, right? nb state, sorry, I have wrote down nb state dot nse, and you can add your target system, like in my case 192.168.182.131. I hope so. Let me just check for Windows 11. 131. Okay, fine, very good. So here hyphen SV detects the service versions, and hyphen V will enable the verbose output, that is include all host and ports in the output, and hyphen script perform the NetBIOS enumeration. So it will start our enumeration and we will get some output. So here the scan results appear displaying the open ports and service along with their versions. So displayed under the host script results section are detail about the target system such as the NetBIOS names, NetBIOS users, and NetBIOS MAC address, as you can see that on my screen right now. So now here I will also run the another command nmap space hyphen s cap u hyphen p space let's consider 137 and space, I will choose a script nb state dot nse space target IP, whatever it is, right? 131. So hyphen su is performing the UDP scan, hyphen p specifying the port to be scanned, and the hyphen script nbt state dot nse performing the NetBIOS enumeration. So the scan results appear the displaying the open and NetBIOS port 137 under the host script results section, and NetBIOS details such as NetBIOS name, NetBIOS user, and net bias MAC of the target system, you can have a you can have results in this particular criteria. This concludes the demonstration of performing net bias enumeration using an NSE scripts. Other tools may also be used to perform net bias enumeration on the target network, uh, such as global network inventory. That is a nice tool you can use. Maybe HINA, we can use advanced IP scanner, or maybe the NS auditor network, security auditor you can use. So this is how we can use this particular tools to enumerate as a net bias. Okay, so the next topic is performing SNMP enumeration. So SNMP enumeration uses SNMP to obtain a list of user accounts and devices on a target system. So consider a lab scenario as a professional ethical hacker or pen tester. Your next step to carry out SNMP enumeration to extract information about a network resource such as host, router, devices, and shares. And the network information such as ARP tables, routing tables, devices specific information, and traffic statistics as well. So using this information, you can further scan the target for underlying vulnerabilities, build a hacking strategy, and you can also launch the attacks as well. So here we will perform SNMP enumeration using SNMP check tool. So, but before we proceed, we need to just understand that I have started my Kali Linux machine, and by side you can say Windows Server 22 server machine I have started. So SNMP check is a tool that enumerates SNMP device, displaying the output in a simple and reader friendly format. The default community used in is public. So as an ethical hacker or penetration tester, it is imperative that you find the default community strings for the target device and patch them up. So here I will use the SNMP check tool to perform SNMP enumeration on the target IP address. So here my target IP address is Windows Server. So let me just go through the Windows Server IP address. So 192.168.182.134. So let's come back to our Kali Linux machine, and I will use SNMP check tool. But before we proceed, we need to scan our target system. -P. I will just choose 161, which is the port number, and the target IP is 192.168.182.134. So you can just have a look into that part. So you can see 161 UDP is open and nmap done, one IP address, one host is up, scanned in 1.07 seconds. Okay, fine. So -su performs a UDP scan and -p specifying the port to be scanned. So the results appear, the displays that port 161 is open, being used by SNMP, as you can see that on my screen right now. So we have established that SNMP the service is running on the target machine. So now we shall exploit it to obtain the information about the target system. Okay, so now in the terminal you need to just add SNMP -check, and whatever your IP address of your target system, you need to hit enter, and it will try to connect, and the result will appear. It will reveal that extracted SNMP port 161 will be used by the default public community string, as you can see that. But you need to just keep a note that if the target machine does not have a valid account, so then no output will be displayed. But let's consider if the target system is having the valid account, then you will get the system information, maybe user account details. You will get the network information, network interface, network IP, then routing information, TCP connection, and in fact you will get the listening ports details as well. Then you will get the sensitive information on process, storage information, file system information, device information, share, etc. Right? So this kind of information you will get with the help of SNMP check. SNMP check this particular target system, right? So yes, attackers can further use this information to discover vulnerabilities in the target machine and further exploit them to the launch attacks. So yes, this concludes the demonstration of performing SNMP enumeration using the SNMP check. Well, apart from this, you can also use the by default tools, or you can say the Windows tool You can just go through your web browser and you can go through the Soft Perfect Network Scanner. That is a nice tool. You can go through the download center of softperfect.com and you can download this tool. It will work like the SNMP check, so you can get the lot of details with the help of Soft Perfect Network Scanner.